What's up, you guys? It's Adam Hume here with another 5 meaningful minutes. And hey, I just want to apologize. It may be a little shaky today because I'm shooting facing forward on my camera today, so I'm holding it in my hand. But the other day I was cleaning my car. As you can see behind me right here, it's my vehicle, and it's not the newest car, but I still like to keep it clean. And so I was washing it and all that sort of stuff. It's got some scratches on it or whatever, but overall the car looks pretty good. It's got a nice little shine to it, and I like the outside of my car to be clean. When people see me driving down the road, I want them to think that my car is well maintained. I want them to think that I look after my car. I want them to think that I care about my car. And as I was doing this, I was thinking about how deceptive it is to always clean the outside of my car, because the cleanliness of the outside of my car really isn't indicative of how well I maintain my vehicle. Let me show you. Because the outside of the car is not the most important part of the car when it comes to maintenance. I don't know if you know that, but let me show you the most important part of the car. Right here, let's get in here. I think that we would all agree that the most important part of the car is this: the engine. The engine is the most important part of the car, and it can be really deceptive of me to clean the outside of the car but not take care of the real maintenance, which is looking after the engine, getting proper oil changes, getting the belts changed, taking it to a mechanic every now and again to evaluate how the engine is operating. And so it's cheaper to take care of the outside of the car than it is to take care of the inside of the car. It's going to cost me way less just to keep washing the car than it is to get all the mechanical stuff to the engine, which really matters, done. And that had me thinking about my life. It had me thinking about something that Jesus said. Let me share this with you really quick. Jesus says in Matthew 23, he lets us know about what he thinks about people who just take care of the outside of things and not the really important inside of things. In Matthew 23, Jesus says this to the Pharisees. He says, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you clean the outside of the cup and the plate, but the inside they are full of greed and self-indulgence. You blind Pharisee, first clean the inside of the cup and the plate, that the outside may be clean as well." And then he says in the next verse here, share it with you guys. He says, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are like whitewashed tombs, which outwardly appear so beautiful, but within are full of dead people's bones and all uncleanliness. So you also outwardly appear righteous to others, but within you are full of hypocrisy and lawlessness." And this had me thinking about our spiritual life and my spiritual life, and how it's really easy for us as Christians to appear like we have everything together, for us to appear like everything is going all right. And it all has to do with how often we wash the outside of the car, if you will. It's easy to show up to church on Sunday. It's easy to learn a couple Christianese phrases that we can repeat. It's easy to know how to worship and respond in worship. But Jesus isn't concerned with the outside of things as much as he's concerned with the inside of things. And so, when was the last time you had a heart check? Just like I need to take my car to the mechanic, and that may be expensive and it may be costly, but I need to evaluate the most important part of my car, which is the engine. We need to evaluate the most important part of our life spiritually, which is our heart, our motives, our thoughts, and our secret words when no one's listening. And so let's be more than just people who clean the outside of ourselves, and let's allow God to do a work on the inside of us. And so ask yourself this question today: how's your heart doing? How's your heart doing with the things that God is calling you to do, the ways that God is calling you to operate, to love, to forgive, whatever? How are your thoughts doing? How are your thoughts towards people, towards the things that God is asking you to do? How's your attitude? Secretly, no one knows, but you do. And have you got that under control? What about your motives? Are you doing things for the right reasons, or are you doing them out of self-ambition or greed or whatever? How are your motives? And then how are your words in private when no one's listening? How are your words in private? It's time for a heart check today. Just like it's time every now and again to take your car to the mechanic, we need to make sure that we're not just focusing on the outside of things, but the inside of things. Allow God to work on your heart today. Hey, thanks a lot for watching these 5 meaningful minutes. I hope that you have a great day.